started getting cruising through here. Coach Risman's going to tape it too and put a link up, so if anybody wants to watch it back. As you'll see, we did some different things. The plaques actually have another element to them that's actually going to have some recognition of any statistical categories they led, any awards there that they would potentially get today as far as Rookie of the Year, Most Improved. And the plaques will actually have club levels that we decided to kind of implement, just trying to push the guys to hit certain takedown marks, hit certain win marks, hit certain pin marks. We want to recognize that. So kind of a neat thing we added to the varsity guys, and hopefully the junior high and JV guys will aspire to put a couple of those line items on their plaque next year as they become juniors, seniors, sophomores, and contribute a little more to the varsity. So the statistic sheets are out here. Obviously the tops pages are there. The career marks are not in there, but as you kind of glance through things, you're going to see we really got after it. Even though we're putting 8, 9, 10 guys on the mat, sometimes is all. These guys really got after it all year long. I'm super excited to run through these awards and recognize them, and I'll try to say just a little bit about everybody that's here or not here. We're going to tape it, and then we'll adjourn and get you back out in that beautiful weather in the Sunday. So sorry again a little bit for the delay here. It was a combination effect of once we actually had the order in, then you sit and wait, and I didn't dare schedule something not knowing if I was going to have plaques or awards or whatnot. So it got a little bit delayed, and Mother's Day let us take one more week off to make sure you could enjoy that weekend. So got a perfect day. It looks like we avoided the farming, even though it's May 15th. Let's hope this never happens again like this, but here we are. So we'll get going. I'm going to do some statistical milestones and then the statistic awards first. So we'll just run through. Like I said, we got a really good group of guys coming back. They were really getting after things. So we hit a lot of really neat milestones throughout the year. So first and foremost, we're going to start with our highest milestone in the win category here. So I want to make sure I can present these Guillotine Awards. With all being juniors, I see a lot of potential for me to hand out the 150 win patch. It's been a long time since I've done that, so I'm excited to do that. Hopefully next year with another good season, a few of these guys, as well as a whole bunch more 100 patches and 75 patches. A lot of guys within striking distance there. As you know, winning 40 matches is definitely a very doable thing if we put our head down and get after it. We had a lot of guys close to that and would have had even more over if our schedule wouldn't have fallen apart and a few injuries derailed. So first one I want to recognize is Mr. Cole Sikora for hitting his 100th career win. So come get your guillotine patch here real quick, Cole. Congratulations. Another one for the Letterman's jacket. We had Patrick Forcier get his 60th guillotine t-shirt along with his 75th win and his 25th pin. Congratulations, Patrick. Jude Olson with his 75th win patch and his 50th career pin. Congratulations, Jude. Andrew Hennessy with his 25th career pin, so he's got his 25 pin. Andrew, come grab that quick. We got one more that's here. Congratulations, Andrew. And Peyton, 25 career pins. Come get your guillotine 25 pin. Congrats. We had one other wrestler hit a milestone. Brody Neighbor hit his 25th career pin. And last but not least, Eli Larson got his 50th career pin. So Eli's got a 50 pin coming to add his letters. So congrats. All right. Now we'll jump into the statistical categories. It really got to be kind of a fun thing inside the room. We had a handful of, I know the pin mark was 3-4 guys fighting for that, so that was kind of fun, and they were pushing each other. It was really enjoyable to listen to the banter on the bus, and I got 2 and you didn't get any, and then the next event someone got 2 forfeits and they fall behind, and there was 3, 4 of those guys really pushing each other all year long. So the takedowns was another competition with a couple of juniors kind of hunting towards the end and fighting away down in the state tournament, trying to hit a couple milestones. So unfortunately, there can only be one winner. We are recognizing all those guys for a tremendous season. As you'll see in the plaques with the 10 pins in a season, 20 pins in a season, just to really recognize how special some of your seasons were, even though you might not get the top one for the season. There was just a really tremendous amount of team camaraderie and working for the same goal to get that team win, but also to push each other and have some fun while you're doing it. So congrats to all you guys for really making this year probably a little more enjoyable than ever, just pushing for some of these statistical categories. So we'll start with the most near falls. That's Cole Sikora this year. He also led the team in technical falls. I know I don't recognize that with a cool little plastic one, but we did also acknowledge that on his plaque. Most reversals. Patrick Forcier refused to get away with an escape. He just stayed on the bottom until he was able to get a 2, so congratulations, Patrick. That's not necessarily true, but we like to have a little fun. Most team points, 219 team points scored towards the team score, Jude Olson. Congratulations, Jude. One of our newcomers, most escapes, Gunnar Hennessy. Notching up his first statistical category. Next year he's going to go after some of these older guys and try to take their awards from them, aren't you, Gunn? Good work. All right, now the 2 we just discussed here, we'll bring both these guys up because these were the 2 heated battles. Now, obviously Cole outlasted Eli with a 111, and Jude's got bragging rights for 1 year at 25. So come grab your, what I call the coveted awards here. They're really heavy and special, so congratulations, guys. Good job. All right. Okay. So I'm going to give away the other awards first, just because they're all going to be also on top of the plaques, and then I'll get into go plaque by plaque and say just a little bit about each one of the wrestlers. We'll start off the awards here. Unfortunately, I'll start here because both these guys aren't here, but want to say a little bit about them. So we had 2 team player awards this year. This is an award won by a handful of guys, and usually when they're put in a little bit of what I call a tough or difficult situation, and I think most of the guys here would probably agree that between a little extra weight cutting and unfortunately having a little bit of a tall task from time to time, that Dylan Christmas and Ben Peterson were well deserving of the team player awards, making the weights we needed them to shuffle and move and bump. And allow our veteran guys and our starters to give us a chance to win a duel. I know there was some pretty tough cuts for both those guys at the end to try to piece things in and give us that chance. So make sure you recognize them if you see them. Also, we'll do Rookie of the Year. And a lot of times this is an award we give out to a guy that is just stepping into a varsity role for the first time, and it's his first year's experience. And things don't always come easy, but they find some momentum and gather a little positivity towards the end, and really help a duel in and out down the stretch, which is a crucial part of finishing the season. So this year's Rookie of the Year award goes to Gunnar Hennessy. I don't know if you can make 6 anymore, though. All right. We had 2 most improves this year. Both of these young men did an excellent job in transitioning into a newer role. So a lot of times the Rookie of the Year, and no offense to that, doesn't necessarily take the largest leap, just the biggest learning curve, where most improved, we like to kind of see the bigger steps and the bigger leaps. And both of these guys, day in and day out, as we're planning planning ahead just turned into hammers to where we not only kind of expected those guys to go out and win, along with some of our older kids, that they were going to win and they were going to pin. So our two most improved, based on that, was Brody Neighbor and Peyton Forcier, who is here. So congratulations, guys, for just going out and getting a stick every time we needed that to happen. So keep working hard. That doesn't mean you stop working. Okay. The last two awards, and really, we as a coaching staff and a group talked a little bit about, a potential MVP of the team. And as you'll hear when I discuss, we had 4 juniors that really each had their own piece. So to me, even just further discussion tonight, those 4 juniors each had their element of what they brought in, and I'll discuss a little bit more when I hand out plaques. So and time to time you just feel like that you have the right group. You don't necessarily have an MVP, but you have the right set of captains. So I will get into a little more detail when it's time to talk about those guys, but they were definitely the heartbeat and the click forward as far as the MVP, and they each had their own elements. So I'll share a little bit more when we get to that. And then the Mark Eli Frisch Kellen will be at the very end. So now we'll get into the plaques here. The 6th graders are going to make it easy for me. Being nobody's here, I can just talk and move on, but really happy to have these guys in the room with us. A lot of reps, a lot of practice time for a young guy, but extremely fun. They fit in well with the group. So Tucker Hennessy is one of our 3 6th graders, along with Xander Murphy and Teague Neighbor. Also encouraged all 3 of these guys to wrestle a little bit after the season got over. They all did, really pushing themselves and working hard to get better. So make sure you congratulate those guys on an excellent season when you see them. Super excited for our next group of 6th graders and to watch all these young men take a big step as our 7th and 8th graders have in a little more of a leadership role, and really showing these guys how to practice and how to work. So super excited for what the next stage brings for those 3 young men. All right, now we got our 7th graders. A lot of these guys got quite a bit of work in last year with the chance to wrestle with the varsity. One newcomer, a couple faces we're familiar with, but make sure you congratulate those. Like I said, really probably. And I may or may not have said this before, but I think this was the tightest knit group from top to bottom, like keeping tabs on each other, knowing what was going on, down into the 7th grade, all the way up to the juniors, and just making sure they move forward together. And to me, the duels, wins, and losses is fun. To me, it's more fun to compete and really show that these guys really care for each other and they're pushing each other. We alluded to that a little bit in the statistical side of things, as well as these 7th graders really, I watched them grow and mature and not only work on their own game, but to help their teammates and move forward. So we have a few that aren't here today. So Owen Neal, Porter Clam, Ray McLean, who joined us again, and Trey Olson are the 4 not here. We do have one here who did get some weigh-ins in down the stretch, so super happy about that. And I know he's eager to take a big step forward. I know he works hard each and every day in the practice room over in the corner, whether he knows coach is watching or not, but excited for what the future brings for Rock Marty. Come on up and grab your plaque, buddy. You guys can clap. This is good job. All right. Got another newcomer 7th grader on the stats side, so I get to, I'm the luckiest dad in the world that I get both my daughters to hang out with me in the winter now. So Marissa Frisch, come get your first plaque as a Border West Buccaneer statistician. She's got big shoes to fill. We've got a couple seniors that have been here for millennials, so they're up a little later in the program.
Boss, give me a second. I gotta switch batteries.
Okay. Okay. 2 8th graders this year. Drew Sikora wasn't able to be with us, but definitely had some battles with some injuries and some different things like that. Had some nice strides early. Unfortunately, that's part of the sport or part of life. You get those little things that derail your goals and your progress, but he was able to kind of come back and did get a little off-season wrestling at the end. So really excited for Drew. I know he's already doing some wrestling, some extra things, so hopefully he can keep that up and be ready to contribute going forward. Our other 8th grader, and I forgot to mention this on the plaques, I see it here, we did recognize their section place finishing on the plaque, just as another little added piece here, is Mr. Gunnar Hennessy. He had a great finish to the season. If you missed the section tournament, it was electric, and really how he wrestled all year is scrapping and keeping matches close, and we really finally turned that corner and kicked the door in and found out how to win at the end of the year. So like I said earlier, super excited for what's to come for Gunnar. 106 again next year, so that's awesome. He's also going to receive his VW letter and his wrestler pin, so congratulations for lettering this year, Gunnar Hennessy. All right, we'll move to the freshmen. All right, we'll speak a little on the guys that aren't here. So we talked a little bit earlier on Ben and Dylan. Contributed a lot of matches in the middle. They were kind of our pieces to add, and you know, we did have an injury to an upperclassman in which both of them were launched into the lineup. Ready or not, here they go. A lot of times giving up weight and different things like that. So really a couple good freshmen going forward that I think are right on the edge of really learning how to compete at that varsity level. So really excited for what they'll bring back. Brody Neighbor is also not here. He did have a 4th place finish at 145. Had over 20 pins and 20 wins this year. Once again, another freshman. Another reason I'm super excited about next year. We bring everybody back. We bring a lot of freshmen with experience, some 8th, 9th, 10th graders with experience, and just eager to go, along with some younger guys just hungry to get in there and get part of the whole big picture. So excited about what Brody can do next year. Peyton Forcier is here, 132-pound section wrestler. Not what he wrestled all year, but we got him bumped up, and he got to realize how hard it is to move a guy 20 pounds bigger than what you're used to, but did an excellent job. And like I said, down low, really was a key piece between him and Cole being able to move around and almost guarantee ourselves 2 sticks or a stick and a tech just about every time. Really added a great element for the team. Unfortunately, had to make a big leapfrog up at the end, but this year I know the weight room is going to be a focus if it hasn't been already, and we're going to get after it and make sure we secure a spot at the end of the year at a little closer to our weight. So congratulations, Peyton, for over 30 wins in the season, over 20 pins in the season, and also a reminder the most improved. So congrats, Peyton. Okay, last one, Jude Olson, 3rd place at 120 in the sections, over 30 wins. He was rated at 39, almost 40, most pins, most team points, and over 50 takedowns in a season. So we're going to double that and make sure we're in the 100 club next year. I know because I've seen a lot of them here the last couple months for off-season training. That Jude's got big goals, and he's going to kick the door down. I don't think I need to say anything more about that, but he's working hard in the weight room, and we're excited what Jude's going to bring to the team next year, not only as a sophomore, but a leader that's going to help get this group to the point where West Central is going to get a little nervous. That's where we're going to be at next year. So congratulations, Jude. Okay, last but not least, usually girls go first, but I love when girls go last. So also get to give my other daughter, so like you say, super lucky dad. She's been with me for a couple years. Another plaque. Got a great picture of her and her sister. Come on up here, Isabel Frisch. Okay. Sophomores. Okay. So both our sophomores are here today. Really excited about both these guys going forward. One joined us early, one joined us a little bit late, but actually both these guys have exactly the same attitude. They love being part of this program. They love hanging out with the guys. They soak that up each and every day. They're in the wrestling room, in the practice room, in the weight room, on the bus, and really great fits for this team and this program. So I'm super excited both these guys come out. So the first one, Zach Rigamoto, first year out, made some huge strides. Found himself in a couple postseason tournaments already. I know he's got a bunch of camps lined up, and super excited to get in on this action, like we said before. And he will make up that ground. He's a 10th grader, but we got 2 good years left, and excited for what brings Zach's career a year from now. We'll be talking about all kinds of fun stuff, right, Zach? All right, congratulations, Zach. Our other sophomore, Mr. Casper, he's a 182-pounder. Well, when we drink enough water, we're 182-pounder. He joined the team, like I said, both these guys, they're just perfect fits for the group. You know, they're all for whatever they can do for the team. Kev fought it a little while, but he come back to the dark side, and just super glad to have him back, Kev. Help that team out to help give us that scary run at the end there, and I know he's going to work hard on filling this 182 out here, but he did get a 5th place section finish at 182, and we're going to keep in the weight room and fill out one of the big weight classes for us next year. So I'm super excited to have Kev back. Congratulations. All right, juniors.
You had one more sophomore.
Oh, wait. I seen a stack of 4, that didn't make sense. Okay. I had help stacking. I apologize. We got one more sophomore here. Mr. Ottoman. Sorry. Noah had one of those years where we obviously had to deal with a lot of stuff. We had injuries, and Noah really, maybe you guys didn't know behind the scenes, but between Noah and Mom and I, we were battling a lot of stuff all winter. A lot of crud, a lot of different things, just trying to get our body right, and he was there when we needed him, whether he didn't feel very good or not. We went through a lot of that this winter, and really I think that's a testament of how much Noah, you know, really cares for this sport, cares for the group, and cares for the team. And he's really learned throughout the course of the season that he'll find a way to function even when he doesn't feel awesome or good at all. We went through a couple of those days. So I'm super proud of the huge steps Noah made, you know, with that mental toughness, and super proud of what he puts in each and every day when he can physically do that for us. So I'm super excited for us to have a long, healthy season. We finished a lot like the entire team. Noah finished with a bang, a 3rd place at 220, right there in eyelash, away from state, behind a couple upperclassmen, and I think next year there's big things, a little weight room, and we're going to really knock on that door for that state tournament. So congratulations, Noah. I'm glad you're only a sophomore. I get 2 more years. Okay, now the juniors. Okay, like I said earlier, we got 4 juniors. These guys took off. We made them captains right out of the gate. They all have those pieces that really come into play to help drive that train down the tracks. It's a long, grueling winter, and we dealt with it weather-wise, COVID-wise, weight cutting, schedules getting shifted here and there. We were able to get into a couple new tournaments, and each and every step, this group helps drive things forward, each in their own way. So we'll just talk a little bit about each one. I know they're all got big goals for next year, and I'm super excited to see exactly what they get done. So we'll go through each one of the juniors and just talk a little bit about them. So we're going to start with Patrick Forcier. He was able to get on the 30-win club, have the most reversals on the team, and as we got on his plaque, he was a state entrant. So he had the headlock hurt around the world at section tournament, and really gave himself a chance, which is part of it, right? Is doing the best we can all season long, making some weights, moving around for the team, And like all 4 of these juniors, each and every day we can count on him to go out and put his best foot forward and take on whoever he needed to take on for the team. So super excited. Now we got that state entrant under our belt. Now we're gonna climb that podium as far as we can and see what happens next year. Lots of weight room in his future, if not already, and we're gonna keep that up so we can fill this lineup and give West Central the spirit of their life. So congratulations, Patrick, for us here. All right, another junior finished 4th in the section, Andrew Hennessy. We made a jump around. 182 was loaded up. 95 got a little saltier. We were hoping at the end there. But like I said earlier, we had 20 wins, 15 pins. Andrew juggles a work schedule along with wrestling on top of everything else, but each and every duel, I knew going in that I could pencil when we needed it, that Andrew was going to go out and get us that stick. A lot like Noah, that New York Mills duel, that's a guy Andrew wrestled at the end and wasn't able to, but when the team needed him, that's exactly what he was. Just as I broke all these juniors down, the look in the eye of these juniors when it's time to go get something for the team is just amazing, and Andrew's no exception to that. He's focused and just wants everything he can do to help his teammates get better and to find a way to win that duel. So super excited. I know Andrew's hungry. We want that last step. We got that state prelim last year. We're gonna find our way to the big show this year. That one last run, and these 4 juniors are gonna get us there, and Andrew's gonna help do that and aim for the top end of the lineup again next year. So congratulations, Andrew. Thank you for an awesome season. Good job, buddy. All right, now our 2 state place winners. We'll talk a little briefly about Eli first. Finished 3rd in state. Did deal with a little bit of a knee injury there. Really dominated his way at times and then found a way to win some tight ones at the end. So a little quick conversation at state. Eli turns his head up and realizes that he's wrestled 4 or 5 matches inside of 2 points and hadn't wrestled a close match all year. So really just a testament to what these juniors do for each other. The last 2 guys, Eli and Cole, were practice partners and just watched a grueling slugfest each and every day in the middle of that wrestling room as they were pushing each other. And all that effort paid off. They both found the state podium here. We'll recognize Eli first here, 30 win club, 100 takedown club, 15 pin club. Next year we're looking forward to a full season without an injury and really get after things again. Excited to have him back and look forward to see what he can do as a captain, a leader, and a guy to anchor the middle for us. Congrats, Eli. All right, our last junior here. Like I said, the 4 of these guys just had that balance and Cole really went out and dominated statistically. Down the stretch when we were getting dialed in, and I knew we had a big state tournament coming. We'd be walking through lineups and talking things over. I do a lot of discussion just pre-match with Eli and Cole and some of my other juniors when we're looking at shifting and moving guys around, and Cole was just dialed in and focused at the end like, I will take him, I will beat him. I will take him, I will beat him. I knew that was that last step to kick the door down and really wrestle fearlessly into the state tournament. Had just an awesome quarterfinal match. That's just an electric way to find your first state podium. Like I say, dominated all the statistical categories, 40 wins, most takedowns, most near falls, most tech falls. Really went out and scored a ton of points for us. Got to the 40 win milestone. As you see, a lot of the tops here really definitely took a huge step forward. And next year, I know we got more than one guy that wants to stand on the top, and I think Cole's going to be right in that mix. Hungry to work hard and keep moving forward. So congratulations, Cole Sephora. Okay, before you guys run away, everybody that is here, I do have a service bar for you. If you've lettered in the past, I want to make sure I get those squared up here. And then the last but not least, I did hand out some team camp information. I will be attending like normal. We were unable to have it last year. We actually were signed up and they canceled it. But I will stay up with the team at least 2 of the 3 nights. They have technique, they have some duels, they have some takedown tournaments, really some in-house competition along with some technique. It's a great camp. I attended a couple years ago pre-COVID, a couple different times. Great little team bonding experience. I know it's in June, the summer's short enough as it is, but just a great chance just to get some live action, get a little technique, have a little fun, and just remember what our end goal is, kind of re-motivate us for the winter time, because winter gets to be long and grueling, and we all need to mentally check out for a little bit, but at some point get geared back up and move forward. So, anybody has any questions with that stuff, they can catch me afterwards. Now we have, we have the Mark Kellen Eli Frisch Award. I'm stuttering all over. I apologize. This is an award that does not necessarily have to go to a senior, so it is a privilege. There's a handful of juniors that got it, and then obviously, as you see, we have 4, deserving juniors moving forward. So one of them will get it this year, and I know for a fact one or two might get it again next year. I'm just excited to see the growth that these guys have had. So this year's award winner, they talk about displaying the leadership, the passion for the sport, the dedication day in and day out. Extremely excited to present this award. Extremely excited to present this award again next year, because I just think we have just a great group of well-deserving guys. It's going to get even tougher next year as this gets tougher every year. So this year's award winner is Eli Larson. So thus concludes our awards banquet.
Senior stats. Senior stats.
Get up here, you two. Went right into that award. Now I get to show you off. I don't know. I might look like I'm not panicking up here, but some days I do. Okay, so now seniors are the hard part. See, that's why I avoided them, because then I always get teared up and choked up and even worse. So these 2 young ladies here have been with me a long time. And those of you who have been around the program for a while have heard me say it before, but it is so true, not only for helping the new stats come in, but just for helping organize the chaos of what it is to go to a wrestling duel or a wrestling tournament. Working with Risfit and I and the other coaches to make sure that things are ready to go, and that piece that you cannot put an award, a trophy, anything on that peace of mind. And these girls know, how much I appreciate each and everything they've done for me, for the program. I joke around with my seniors as they get there, and these 2 are no exception, and just had a great senior year with these 2 young ladies. Was fortunate enough to take them to state tournament a couple times. Never had to worry about anything as far as I can go focus on getting the boys checked in, and they were going to have the iPads ready, the new stats ready to go, the water bottles, the boys in check. I think they could probably coach the team if I stepped away, because they've been with me so long and knew exactly how things work. So it will be a major transition next year, going from 3-4 stats to 2. I'm sure we'll add another piece or 2, but when you've had somebody with you for 6 years, you don't have to question anything they do. So just my most heartfelt thank you, girls, for sticking with me, which can be crazy, hanging through COVID, and really dedicating your time, which is extremely precious, to putting up with a bunch of knuckleheads and some crazy coaches like us. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done for the program. So thanks again. Okay, got Forcier, Patty Forcier. Things get wild and crazy, and we're overly passionate about each and every day of the winter, and each and every aspect of this sport. We just care about what it can provide to these young men and the goals. We want to see each and every one of them get to their goals. So I think we're on the right track. We do need some off-season lifting. We need a little bit of camps, not a ton. Summers for family and fun too, but we do need to dedicate ourselves a little bit of time to work on our game and improve a little this summer. And if we do that, and a couple other pieces come into play, I really firmly believe this will be another year that Border West will be competing for a top 2 spot in the section. And when you're in that position, you guys seen what happened last year. You can be a huge underdog and take things to the wire when you guys get hot. So thank you, young men and women, for everything you did. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, coaches. Appreciate everything. Looking forward to another season. They haven't fired me yet, so I guess we'll go at it one more time and we'll go from there. Congrats, everyone. Thank you.